What is up, guys? I just want to show you guys my new respirator. And if you're going to fly this summer, you're probably going to have to wear something like this. And so I'm just kind of testing it out, kind of see what kind of protection I have here. It took me a while to get this. And, you got to ask yourself, why aren't they giving these to frontline workers, I can't even imagine going up there with, kind of your regular type N95 mask. Something like this is going to provide a lot more protection. I feel like I'm in the movie Avatar. But, I'm going to be wearing this at Walmart and, different grocery stores and stuff like that to protect myself. But, the thing is, a lot of real estate investors and stock investors actually hate somebody like me because they just sit there and say, hey, you need to act like nothing's going on. Don't be wearing that. You're scaring people. This is all a hoax. Didn't anybody tell you? And it really kind of blows my mind, but a lot of it seems to track back to where people's investments lie. If they're going long in the stock market, if they're obviously heavily invested in real estate, they want everything to go back to normal, which obviously we all do. But they want everybody to act as if nothing's going on because they don't want this whole panic being created from this whole thing. And it's very odd to me that people are getting, kind of mocked and kind of people are just kind of rolling their eyes. But again, it just depends what their stance is on it. Guys, check out the hat though, the trucker hats, the California Dogecoin hats. Of course I want everything to get back to normal. Do you think I want to play baseball? I got all this money invested in this stuff. I got still stuff coming in from China, getting stuff made, the trucker hats, the California Dogecoin. So, of course. But yeah, as far as people's investments lie, people kind of seem to be taking it one way or another with this whole thing, depending on that. And obviously, it's gotten so politicized that it's actually unbelievable. And then the fact that if I do wear something like this around, then, people assume one thing or another. I'm going to vote a certain way. Now, since it's been politicized, though, I'm going to use that to my advantage. And hopefully I can find a stadium in a state, North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Arkansas, Texas, Florida, those types of states. That's where baseball is going to be played. I don't even see it being played at the big league level in New York or California. I just don't see it. But there is a plan supposedly out there. It's not official that MLB, the second round of spring training or whatever, start June 10th or so, or June 15th. And they're going to try to open up July 1st. Everybody wants to catch that July 4th date. But again, probably not without not with fans. But some places it is very odd the way people are acting about this whole thing. And if you do try to protect yourself, you're suddenly an enemy or you're a joke. Didn't anybody tell you this is a hoax? And so it's just gotten very strange. A lot of people don't want to admit their mistakes either. If 500,000 people stack up from this whole thing, they're going to say, oh, that's not real. That was the flu, or that was this. They're not going to admit that, oh, well, maybe there was something to it. They'll just stick to that. And again, track it back to their investments. See, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I didn't think Bitcoin was going to pump as much as it has. I figured, people are going to have other things to worry about. You're not going to get that many noobs in there who've lost their jobs, or they're not going to have the money to kind of be pumping into this. But there was a ton of hype around the happening. Even my mom and dad were bringing it up. They were getting newsletters. It was being talked about on mainstream news networks. I was really kind of surprised it just didn't get overshadowed, and then it was just going to be a moot point, and it was going to maybe go 6,000, 7,000, and then, then it was going to be back down. So really surprised about that. And I think most people would agree that the stock market has no reflection on how companies are actually doing. I mean, it's literally like there'll be another round of 3-4 million unemployment claims, and then suddenly the stock market's surging again 2 or 3% on the day for the S&P 500. It's like, what? So nothing makes sense right now, guys. None of the financials make sense. And some people say, well, that's because the government's going to be buying junk bonds. They're going to be taking on all this garbage debt and all that. And it's like, how long can they kind of do that? How long can they prop it up? And maybe it does last for 6 months, a year, 2 years. I don't know. I mean, there were cracks forming, obviously, in the real estate market in '06 and, mainly like '07. And then obviously '08, stock market just came down like a guillotine September '08. And then it wasn't until 2011, late 2011, when real estate bottomed. So things can take a long time to play out. And I think if people are invested heavily in real estate and they're heavily invested in the stock market, they don't want people causing a panic and all this kind of stuff. And but hey, like if I'm going to be getting on an airplane or I'm going to be going into Walmart, or I'm going to be going to these different places. I mean, not too far away from here, there was 900 cases that popped up in a meat packing plant. So what am I, stupid for trying to protect myself with something like this? So yeah, it's very, very strange the way people are acting. And it'd almost be like if you stepped on a basketball court and you put a mouth guard in, or you wore a knee brace, or you stepped out of the plate and you had an Evo shield on your elbow or something, it's so that you didn't get hit by a pitch, or you wore the helmet with the like mouth, with the chin guard. Um, and then everybody's gonna make fun of you, kind of thing. It's like, um, so when it becomes a new normal, I don't know, but people are really, really, really fighting kind of that premise. But at the end of the day, guys, some of these altcoins have pumped, and it's just like every week there's a couple more that are kind of surging. We had 0x, and we had basic attention token suddenly surging out of nowhere, and Hex has been surging. Hex is like 100x. I mean, it's kind of a tough example with Hex, but um, we've had stuff that has went parabolic. Have the Hive pump. Obviously, Digibyte pumped. Different pumps have happened, so we'll see what happens. But I don't know. A lot of people are expecting. I mean, everything's very polarized right now. Everything surrounding everything going on in the world is polarized, and what's going to happen in the stock market, what's going to happen in the crypto market, it's like there's very polar opposite opinions of what's going to happen. But I'll admit, when I was wrong, I did not think that Bitcoin was going to pump like this, especially when you have like 33 million people unemployed or that have filed for unemployment. I'm just thinking, this doesn't solve a problem, So, and some people disagree with me because they'll say, oh, well, yeah, I mean, the Fed's pumping out all this money, but it's really kind of the biggest deflationary event really of all time, or it should be, based on the fact that oil prices went negative and all this kind of stuff, and they're dumping out food, and there's this oversupply of all kinds of stuff. But everything is wacky right now. It's just really hard to get a handle, and when nothing makes sense, sometimes it's, I don't know, maybe just sit back and kind of watch or something. But what do you guys think? What do you think of the hat? What do you think of the respirator? And if you flew in an airplane, do you think it would be more important to wear this on an airplane or in Walmart? Anyway, guys, see you later. Smash the like button, subscribe, and follow me on all social media at Brian Phobos, YouTube, Instagram, Steemit, Twitter, Hive, Friendster, MySpace, everywhere. See you.